Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, and little by little, my voice is coming back. And this is the 1 hour chart. We're still sitting here just under 50 cents. Now people are saying we're going to dip all the way down below 20 cents because of this right here. Breaking, FTX gets approval to dump $3.4 billion worth of crypto. XRP is one of them at $119 million. Now, me personally, I don't think this is going to make that big of a impact on the price of XRP. But all of a sudden, for some reason in crypto, the smallest announcement becomes some massive news. And it's going to be catastrophic. And we're going to zero. You know, if this was 2-3 years ago and this announcement came out, it would just be another buy the dip moment. And that's the way I look at it. Let's see what happens. Uphold launches instant bank withdrawal feature for XRP. You know, Uphold stood by the XRP community through this entire SEC lawsuit. They never delisted XRP, and they're always coming up with better features at the same time. So according to the announcement yesterday, Uphold users can utilize the feature to withdraw their XRP funds directly to their bank accounts. Our new feature allows you to instantly transfer funds directly to your bank account using your debit card. Per the announcement, the newly launched service is available 24/7, with users required to pay low fees for XRP withdrawals. Aside from XRP, Uphold users can also utilize the feature to withdraw other supported crypto assets, including Bitcoin. And I like the idea, the direction that Uphold's going in. You know, they're emerging as a much better exchange compared to Coinbase or Binance. Ripple president says firm is ready to fight the SEC all the way through. Now, honestly, I'm going to tell you what she had to say, and then I'm going to play a clip of Brad talking. And it doesn't sound like there's going to be a settlement in September. So with the legal battle between Ripple Labs and the SEC approaching its last months, the company's president, Monica Long, has stated that the firm is not planning to back down from the fight. According to a CNBC report featured an interview with President Long, the company veteran noted that they are planning to continue to fight the case all the way through. And this is what Brad had to say right here.
Your native token XRP, the SEC had said that it was going against the securities law. The US court ruled in your favor. The SEC has now indicated that it could end up appealing that decision. So what was your reaction when that news came through?
Well, on one hand, it's frustrating. You know, you have a government that has unlimited resources to keep fighting a fight they've already lost, but there's no recourse. And so, you know, for Ripple, we've obviously spent well over $100 million already defending this case. We are very optimistic. You know, the judge has already said very clearly XRP is not a security. What they have asked permission from the courts to appeal isn't actually whether or not XRP is a security. That is still clear. It's more nuanced about whether or not in certain circumstances, if there's a transaction, it would be an investment contract. So I don't know what the court will rule about whether or not they're even allowed to appeal right now. But I remain very optimistic because I think as you go up the appellate court system in the United States, you actually get more conservative. And that, I think, bodes well. And at the end of the day, I said this a long time ago, the facts are on our side and the law is on our side. And we'll continue to prevail in court because of that.
So when you listen to Brad talk there, right? He says he's optimistic. They spent a lot of money. He feels the law is on Ripple's side. It doesn't sound like a guy who's ready to settle with the SEC. I think they're going to continue to fight this case to the very end. Now take a listen to what Brad had to say next.
I'm interested when it comes to, because you just mentioned that the amount of hiring that you're doing, 80% of it is going to be outside of the US over the course of this year. When it comes to who is going to be the next crypto hub or define themselves as the global crypto hub, do you think that the door is permanently shut on the US being able to do that?
I wouldn't say it's permanently shut. It's definitely it's definitely a tough spot. You know, the U.S. is still the largest economy in the world at 22% of global GDP, and so we will have a presidential election. There will be a change, or maybe there'll be a change. I don't know if Biden's definitely running. I don't comment on those things. But I think there'll be some shift as you see new administrations come in. I think eventually Congress will be, frankly, called to act. And I think the fact that the SEC continues to lose in court, there's another decision recently around a grayscale ETF conversion. Yeah. And look, the judges are using really harsh language about the SEC. In the grayscale case, the judge's ruling, there's an appellate court, a unanimous 3-judge panel saying that the SEC was being arbitrary and capricious. These are pretty harsh words for a government agency.
So when Brad says that administration change may happen, I think he's looking forward to that happening, most likely in 2024. And I agree with him. We do need Congress to step in and take control over the SEC, because every day that goes by, more and more innovation is leaving this country. And that can't continue to happen, or the U.S. is going to absolutely be left behind. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens around that as well. So Ripple CEO says the crypto community can't pretend regulation doesn't matter. You know, there's so many people in the crypto space that think for some reason that innovation could push ahead, that crypto could see mass adoption without regulation. And that's just not the case. You know, we always say we're early to crypto. We beat the institutions here. We beat enterprise to crypto. But that enterprise and the institutional money is never going to come into crypto without regulations being put in place first. You see it happening in the EU around MiCA. And if there wasn't laws passed over there, guess what? Digital trade would not be going live on the 20th of this month. And that's why regulations are so important. So this is what Brad had to say. He added that there are some basic things the crypto community has to agree on. I still do find categories of the crypto community fighting on some of these basic regulatory frameworks. AML is going to matter. KYC is going to matter. Garlinghouse, whose company has been caught up in the legal fight with the SEC, continued. If you're taking the point of view that we're going to circumvent those things, that's not the industry I see out 5 to 10 years from now that really is thriving and growing. Without regulations, crypto has no path forward. And that's the way I look at it as well. People wanted to stay as the wild, wild west, but yet at the same time, they want mass adoption. You can't have both. Ripple becomes holder of payment license in 31 U.S. states. Now, because we have no regulations put in place here in the U.S. yet, I think Ripple is getting ahead of that through these payment license. And they're laying all the groundwork already. Then all of a sudden, once regulations happen, everything would be ready to flip the switch for XRP to flow all around the United States. And I think that's what Brad is doing. He's getting ahead of the curve by obtaining these payment license now. Ripple aims to transform every e-commerce store into a crypto-enabled entity. And the reason this is so important is because there's so many people that hold crypto and they want to shop with crypto, but some places just don't accept it. And as more and more places start to accept crypto, all of a sudden, people will be using crypto and not even knowing it. We will have mass adoption happening, and most of the people outside of crypto won't even have a clue what's going on. And I think this is another direction, another vertical for Ripple at the same time. You know, in yesterday's video, I talked about Brad and verticals, where we're going to see money come flowing in from all different directions, the same way you see it going on with Amazon today. So since U.S. inflation accelerated in August as gasoline prices jumped, and once again, inflation's up. And I don't even have to give you the numbers because they're imaginary numbers to begin with. They're numbers that they could sell to the American people month after month. But inflation is still going up. And people realize that when they go and buy food and gas. And that's where they see it the most, because those are necessities that people need. But, you know, this is why I like crypto. You know, at least if you're invested in XRP, you have something to look forward to. At some point, XRP is going to take off, and you're not going to be worried about inflation anymore. But the people outside of crypto, this is all they ever have to look forward to. And, you know, this is going to continue into the future, especially if the US dollar starts to lose value. We're going to start to see hyperinflation set in next. And I really think they're pushing us in that direction. So trust mainstream news, believe your governments, take on debt, student debt, start school without any plan, work a 9-to-5 you hate for 40 years, keep all your money in the bank, forget your dreams, get a reality check. They're keeping you a citizen of the past. Escape it. And that's 100% true. They want you to continue to follow this. They want you to believe everything you see on TV. They want you to take your weekly paycheck and keep depositing into the traditional banking system, which is falling apart at the same time. So how do you escape it? Well, if you're watching this video, most likely you already took the first step of escaping this. Because if you could say this right here, you already are escaping. I have 4 times more money in XRP than I do in my bank account. And I guarantee you, most of you right now are saying the same thing. I have a few dollars in my bank account just to cover the monthly expenses. I deposit money, pay bills, and that's it. I don't have a savings account anymore because the bank is never going to make us rich. You don't even get any money. They lend your money out and you get less than 1% in interest, while they collect 6 to 9%. At least in crypto, at some point, you are going to make a lot of money on your XRP. And like I said, that's how you start to escape that. And everybody needs an escape. And I always said, you know, XRP is our one shot. And I think our time is about to really come because everything is falling in place all around the world. You know, we talk about the 4th Industrial Revolution, and it is pushing ahead like never before. Like I said earlier in this video, digital trade is about to go live on the 20th of this month. You see country after country pushing ahead with digital payments. Then you got to look at Japan getting ready to go live with on-demand liquidity and XRP. And they want mass adoption for XRP at the same time. Everything looks great for crypto investors. And all you have to do at this point is ignore the noise and ignore the FUD. And just stay patient and stay positive. We will get there together. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.